Well, here we are with a table full of really confusing looking equipment. It's nowhere near as bad as you think. Over on this end, we've got a solar panel, just the same as we had before. It's just held on a board and it's connected with wires across to this device. Shining on our solar panel, we've got a lamp. This is because we need constant illumination for this test so that we can get reasonable results. Now this lamp, we can change its intensity. It's actually got two bulbs in it. We can have one or the other on or both on, and then we can shift it closer to get even higher sun levels, which we'll do at the end to get the equivalent of 100% sun. We're coming out of this panel across to this switchboard. We've brought each section of the panel out to its own terminals. So we've got one half of the panel, the other half of the panel, and we've got a switch. Now this switch can allow us to either switch the panel in series, as we demonstrated earlier with the wiring. So we would have positive going out to our motor, negative going out to the motor, and the positive and negative connected, just as before. Or, in the other direction, the switch has put the panel in parallel, where we have both positives going to the motor and both negatives going to the motor. We've got a voltmeter and an ammeter just to read the voltage and to read the current so that we know roughly what's happening. And right over this end, we've got a motor. Now this is the same motor as we demonstrated before. It's just held in a housing. Housing gives it a bit of weight, and again the same propeller as we had before. What we're doing is we hang it on this balance. So we're reading how heavy it is. When the propeller pushes upwards, and you may not be able to read that well, we get a different reading on the balance. So we can read directly the thrust we're getting, all the way up to a couple of 100 grams. So we start with low sun level and with nothing connected, and we'll see what happens. Just make sure that, yeah, that's the low sun level. So nothing's happening, we're not running. If we go into series connection, what have I got? Now you may not be able to read that number. I've got 21 grams of thrust in series. What will happen if I go into parallel? Just by reconfiguring it, all of a sudden I've got 33 grams of thrust. So just by reconfiguring the panel, gone from 17 or 18 to 33. So I've doubled the thrust just by reconfiguring the panel from series to parallel. What we're hoping to show you here is how important it is to choose the correct setup for your panel. Now we'll just let that cool for a second, because as you may remember, as the panel gets hot, its power drops off. So we'll let it cool down a little bit and then we'll do the next test. Now that was at a sun level of about 1/4 of 1 sun. And we've written those results down because we'll look at all the results in a minute or two. Should be cool enough. We'll run again. What will we do first? Parallel. And how many grams thrust have we got? I've got 46. Now this is at half sun. If I go across to series, what will I have? Okay. Oh, 61. Clearly, series is a better option at that sun level. Let's have some even more sun. This takes us up to nearly 3/4 sun. And it might be quite energetic now, and it's banging around on the sides. So I might have to just keep it calm while we get a proper reading. And I'm reading 90. So I've got now 90 grams of thrust in series at 75% sun. And what have I got in parallel? We've re-switched to parallel. And what have I got? I'm down to 34 again. Now, what I'm seeing, we're seeing the panel getting hot. We better just let it cool down a bit. And in fact, it's very hot. You'll find if you're doing any testing, lamps put a lot more heat into your panel than the sun. So you do need to limit the testing or you'll get an overheated panel. And it'll give you some quite funny results.